Well, as we head towards the end of this morning's broadcast right here on Salaamedia on News and Views, and it's time now to introduce another exciting initiative, another campaign that Salaamedia, inshallah, will be embarking on. And this time around, our spotlight is going to be on Syria. Now, we know in the last few weeks, a lot or months, a lot has been happening in Syria. We've seen Bashar al-Assad and the Assad family out of the Syrian equation. And there is a lot of focus on Syria at this point in time. And with that in mind, we are going to be having a campaign, and the campaign will be in the company of Maseeha Saloojee, who is a South African educator. She is living, she is a humanitarian. She is living in Syria. So there is a lot that she is going to bring through her experience of living there, talking about Bilad al-Sham, the history, its people, and what sort of role. And this is a campaign that is going to be running live in South Africa from the 10th to the 22nd of February, inshallah. And I must say, it's a wonderful initiative once again. We have spoken about Syria over and over again. And again, we want to focus on what is taking place. So, Sister Maseeha Saloojee, who is in Idlib as we speak right now. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. How are you, Uncle Inayat?
Yes, Alhamdulillah, doing exceptionally well, and clearly very, very excited about the prospect of you coming to South Africa. And as we begin this campaign, I'm sure you equally excited, Sister Maseeha.
Gee, Alhamdulillah, Uncle Inayat. It's been 10 years, so I'm really, really, really looking forward to it, inshallah.
Yes, just lovely to connect once again with your family and also friends and also the people of South Africa throughout the campaign. And I suppose that obviously is giving you, I suppose, an adrenaline rush and very, very inspired and motivated.
Alhamdulillah, a lot to do, inshallah, and hopefully together we can make better things happen. May Allah reward Salaamedia for taking this initiative.
Yes, Alhamdulillah. In fact, I was just sent through a tentative program and where you will be going through. From the time you come through, we're looking at places like Zanin and Polokwane, Bella Bella, Omonde, events in Kurtuba, Greenside, going across to Witbank, Middelburg, Roshni, KwaZulu Natal as well. So there's just so much that will be happening in the short time that you are going to be here. The key issue here, Sister Maseeha, is let's just talk about the campaign in itself, its importance. Why is it so necessary?
Gee, I think, Alhamdulillah, now that Syria is liberated, a lot of new information has come to light, things which many people were unaware of. I mean, I've been living here for 10 years and I've heard some of the gruesome stories from people on the ground whom I've met who either had family members back in the newly liberated areas or they themselves experienced before being liberated. But I myself couldn't comprehend the extent to which those atrocities had been carried out until after the liberation. So, Alhamdulillah, with all this information coming to light, a lot of information has also been going around on the internet, some of that true and a lot of it false as well. And I think it's important to get perspective from someone on the ground to know what the reality really is like here and how we as Muslims can make this a better place and return Syria, because a lot of destruction has happened in these past years, places which have been a very, very important part of the Islamic history have been left to become literally nothing over these years. So how we can contribute, return this to the beautiful, amazing Sham that it was back in the golden years of Islam.
Well, certainly, and I think, for someone like yourself coming through to South Africa, it's going to add a lot of value. Like you mentioned, there are many, many questions that are still being asked. There are many unanswered questions, and I've seen this on social media. I've seen this taking place on debates, on chat groups as well, where people obviously have been making up their own minds as far as Syria is concerned, but they have many, many questions, even with regard to the new leader, to the government as well. But I think the key issue here is you've been on the ground for many, many years. You've seen the sense of deprivation. You've seen what the destruction of Syria has meant. You've seen what has taken place in the refugee camps. You've seen what has happened to the people as well. And for that, I think, that is absolutely important. And again, looking at your campaign and what you are going to be bringing to South Africa, possible, obviously history is very, very important. But like you mentioned, restoring Syria to its former glory.
Gee, 100%. And like you said, Uncle Inayat, so much has been coming out, and no one knows what to believe and what not to believe. And even us sometimes, like we'll see something, and then when one thing I've made a habit of doing is to try to investigate a lot of the information coming through. So alhamdulillah, being here, it's possible to go to some of those places and go to some of those people and ask them, is this true? And some of the information that's been going out could be doctored videos, it could be people dressing up in particular kinds of clothing, trying to give a certain impression. So inshallah, like hopefully we can try and clarify some of those things, if not everything.
Yes, and also just looking at, as I mentioned, you're going to be going across the length and breadth again of the country as well in a short space of time. And believe me, I know it's not going to be easy, but it takes a lot of effort, it takes a lot of sacrifice, it takes a lot of energy to do what you are doing. And we're very, very excited. And just looking at all the various towns, as I mentioned, that you are going through, and I'm sure many people are looking forward to listening to what you have to say, Sister Maseeha.
Uncle Inayat, the sound is breaking up again. I didn't get what you said. Sorry, could you just repeat, please?
I say, just looking at your schedule in South Africa, it's going to be quite a hectic schedule as well. And I'm sure many people right across South Africa are looking forward to meeting up with you. But more importantly, in terms of the message that you are going to be bringing along with you.
Uncle Inayat, I just got.
Yes, I think if we could possibly to try and save some bandwidth, possibly what we will do is if we can switch off the cam, Sister Maseeha, and hopefully we will get a better quality as well. Sister Maseeha, can you hear me now?
Assalamu alaikum.
It appears as if we are we are having a problem, and I'm hoping that she will be able to reconnect because
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. I can hear you now, Sister Maseeha.
Uncle Inayat, I'll just leave the camera off because I think the connection is too low to give both of that, if that's fine.
That's
Can
fine.
you just repeat the last
We'll do
question,
it without
please?
the cam. As I said, my question was, I said, I know you're going to be traveling right across South Africa, and you're going to be giving a very, very powerful message. And just to understand from your side again, I know you're going to provide a lot of clarity with regard to some of the issues. Just give us an idea, give us some sort of an idea as to what some of the key areas of focus is going to be on your part when you convey this message of Syria.
So one of the major issues for us is education, because alhamdulillah, in the past, when we've seen the different aspects of the Syrian revolution, we realized just how important education was. If you think about it, from 2011 until 2024, that's 13 years, which is practically the whole school life of a child. So in 2019, we realized that there were children who had lost their entire primary school. They hadn't been able to attend the primary school because of the constant moving, because of an inaccurate educational system. There just wasn't schools around that could provide sufficient education for them to then progress in their schooling career. And in 2019, we then took the initiative to start Darul Ilm, which is a pre and primary school, and inshallah we plan to make that even bigger. It's going up currently up until grade 7, because we started with these grade 7 children from the time that they were in the nursery, and we hope inshallah to complete with them up until matric. So when the liberation happened, there were people from all over the liberated areas asking us if we could open up branches of Darul Ilm in the different places. Some of the people had been people who had known about school for years, being in Idlib and now returning to their homes. Others had been new people who had come and seen just what the children had been learning, and they were quite stunned at the fact that they were getting a decent academic education as well as Islamic education. So education is a very, very big focus here, because we all know like the importance, not just in Islam, but even in the world, to be able to progress as a nation, as a Muslim ummah. It's important to have that background, both academic and Islamic, and inshallah, they thereby present better leaders for tomorrow.
Well, certainly. So that is going to be a major area of your focus, because I know your background is one of an educator, but also in terms of your humanitarian instinct that actually kicks in. And I'm sure a lot will come out in the open in terms of the dire humanitarian situation. And we know it's still early days, but we are expecting a lot, obviously, to happen in Syria over a period of time as people come to terms with their freedom and their liberation, and in the absence of an Assad regime that has so brutally suppressed its people for well over 50 years.
Gee, that's subhanallah. I myself didn't understand the extent to which those other areas had been living in poverty and destitute. When Hama was liberated, when Homs was liberated, one of my family members' sister-in-law came down, and they went together to her house in Homs thereafter. And subhanallah, like she said, even the earthquake, even when the earthquake happened, a lot of the liberated areas had been hit. The non-liberated areas at the time had been hit as well. But if any aid had reached the Syrian government, it was not distributed amongst the people. So a lot of those people had been living really in broken down homes. This sister was one of them. Part of her house was completely unusable for the past 3 years since the earthquake happened. So she wasn't even living in a place where the bombing had taken place, but she was, this is just an indication of how neglectful they were in terms of even people they might not have considered criminals in their eyes, but they just didn't care about. So those people who had any kind of different ideology, we know of Hama, we know of Homs, we know of people who were living really basically under house arrest, not allowed to travel anywhere. My friend herself, for example, she's from Aleppo. When she wanted to go and visit her parents over the past few years, she was told that her name was likely on a paper given to the people waiting at the borders of the Syrian areas, the old regime areas, and that she would then be questioned. And we all know, once you've been taken into for questioning by the old regime, it's not very likely you're going to be coming out again. So that's just some of it. I'm not even speaking of the major horrors like the prisons and what has been unveiled regarding them. I'm not even speaking about the thousands and thousands of names that have been circulated where families are searching in vain for people they have lost that they have no information about. So may Allah make it easy and just give everyone comfort, give everyone closure, and allow people to return to some semblance of normality. I mean.
Well, inshallah. In fact, Sister Maseeha, my mind is actually just flashing back, and there's just so many memories with yourself and obviously your family that has had a very, very close association with Islamic media in South Africa, going back to the CII days as well. So there are a lot of memories, but alhamdulillah, just to see you grow to this extent, alhamdulillah, where you are able to come out now and be part of a major campaign, together, partnering together with ourselves here at Salaamedia. That alone says so much about, alhamdulillah, how you have grown. And I'm sure the value that you will be bringing through, inshallah, throughout this campaign, and appropriately starting off in your part of the world. I see Zanin, I see Polokwane, I see Bella Bella, just appropriately starting off in the Limpopo province and then heading off to many of the other areas around the country. I'm sure you're looking forward to this.
Alhamdulillah, I have a lot of friends back home, a lot of family back home, a lot of people like CII and Salaamedia, and who may not have been direct family, but who are like family to me and are like family to me. So it's going to be a very nice experience going back, inshallah. And I hope to be able to meet everyone who meant anything to me. So for everyone out there, inshallah, who if you guys are able to attend the events, inshallah, it would be great. Then I can, because it's going to be so tight, inshallah, in terms of the program. I don't know how much time it would be to have any, anything else. So please, anyone who can attend events near to them, it will be really nice, inshallah.
Well, inshallah, we're looking forward to that, and we're looking forward to your visit as well, inshallah. And I'm sure, many people right across the entire country, inshallah, are looking forward to meeting up with you and what you will be bringing along throughout this entire campaign. So for that, we thank you. We say Jazakallah khairan to you. And believe me, we are very, very excited about your visit, Sister Maseeha. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Jazakallah khair wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Maseeha Saloojee with us, and educator, and she is coming through. She is a humanitarian and has been a humanitarian for a very, very long time. And believe me, we've seen Maseeha actually grow as a young girl, alhamdulillah, and now being part and parcel of this wonderful campaign, alhamdulillah. And this is a campaign that will be starting off on the 10th of February from Zanin to Polokwane to Bella Bella to Kurtuba, and also areas like Greenside. And going across to the Mpumalanga region, Woodbank, Middleburg, Roshni, inshallah, and also KwaZulu-Natal, places like Newcastle and Ladysmith. But please keep an eye out on the program schedule. I'm sure we will be keeping you informed on this campaign. And this is a campaign that's taking place just before the month of Ramadan. Spotlight, #Syria, which is what we've called it, inspiring minds and transformation of lives. And this is with Sister Maseeha Saloojee. So here we have it. That was the launch of another campaign, another nationwide campaign with Salaamedia. Well, it's time to wrap up now, and this hour of news and views sponsored by Africa Muslims Agency. Africa Muslims Agency, a beacon of hope to communities for over 35 years and be in Africa and beyond. And we're going to be introducing the AMA Fired Up with Hafiz Imran Chunara this morning. The topic: never give up your dreams. And with that, I'm signing off from myself and the team. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. As I leave you with the CEO of Africa Muslims Agency, Hafiz Imran Chunara.